Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ARMA Team League stream. I'm SBT and I will be commentating tonight. Our league rules are as follows: Aka Ari Tobinashi Atamahane Ari, meaning head bump, rounded manga, no abortive draws, and 30-10 Uma. The current standings have. Oop, my bad. Let's see. The current standings have Dora for Losers in first, Notice Me Tenpai in second, The Powerpuff Boys in third, AUNSW Wanderers in fourth, Flame Curse Evil Eye in fifth, Team Z, because I can't pronounce their name unfortunately, in sixth, Tile Dreaming in seventh, Chumbo Nomi in eighth, The Last Wise Players in ninth, and Kun for Fun in 10th. Tonight I am joined by Jay once again and our special guest commentator tonight, Totoro. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey, go.
Oh,
Now, tonight we will be, so game one, we will be watching a game between Nep, Poseidon, Genji, and Cheese. And in game two, we will be spectating Jay's game, who will be running off, of course, to play his own game. How are you feeling about playing tonight, Jay? It's going to be your first match of the league. Are you nervous, or are you, just going to run into it?
I'm gonna have fun, but I do recall that Totoro here was very intent on ribbing me from the Hanchans. So I do look forward to watching back the playback and seeing just all of the good banter. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's been exciting to watch the players, and it'd be good to get in there.
Good to hear. Now, Totoro, you didn't have all too much of a good performance last week, was it?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Even worse was the fact that I lost to Nosty of all people. Oh my gosh. Um, you know. So yeah, hopefully I can make it up this week. But if I can't get Chombos, and now I have to find another way to lose, right? But for the record, for people, I'm my team. I'm on the Chombo Norman team, so yeah. Hope that makes sense.
All right, so we are just a moment out from the game starting. Seeing, let's have a little talk about the players just quickly. So Cheese, Neppers, Poseidon, and Genji. Now we do have Cheese, who is a pretty prominent player in the Australian Reacher community. However, we do also have Poseidon on the table, who is currently ranked at Expert 3. Do you think Cheese's experience has a advantage here, or do you expect maybe someone like Poseidon or even Neppers to come in and grab a couple points off of him?
I don't know if you're referring to me or Totoro.
I mean,
Oh,
either of you,
you
honestly.
can go first. You can go first.
Oh, yeah. So generally, okay. So like, I'm very biased towards Cheese most of the time because he taught me everything I know about mahjong. So I always trust that he'll get in there. So I have a bit of bias in that. But I think that it's interesting to have a sort of a first rule set. So like a lot of online mahjong does have this sort of incentive to play like purely for placement and perhaps taking positions where you're more natural towards something. So if you have people who are more acclimated to that, it there may be habits that like are hard to drop, but it's really it's up in the air until you actually see how they approach the situations.
What about you, Totoro? Do you think experience matters a lot in this scenario, or do you think because it's a rule set, maybe we're not all too familiar with, it might be an even playing field?
I think it might be like less about rules, so more like experience playing in a league format.
Mm-hmm.
Like feels even though like yeah we're playing with our rules, with them league rules, it's quite heavily skewed towards first. But if, despite that, there are like probably other subtleties of like league play that people probably to experience with.
All right.
Um, I think we'll notice it probably more towards later in the league when like maybe certain matchups matter a lot more than others.
Mm.
And there's probably a little bit of math to be done to work out like maybe there's certain players you need to target, like I Nosti. Um,
Totoro, the man with a grudge against Nosti himself.
Yeah, I'm not
With
too happy.
with that, we
I
hop
think
into
our
game
game
Guy is
one.
like really, really cool and awesome, and the only way to prove you're better than him is to beat him up a few times.
With
Alright,
that
I think our
statement
game has started.
thrown, we jump into game one. Nep in east seat for the game, Poseidon in south, Genji in west, and Cheese in north. Now, it would be very smart if I open up the hand so we can actually see everything. Let's have a look around the table. Pretty Tanyao looking hand for Nep here. We also have a copy of the Dora for Poseidon, 2 for Genji, and good shapes for Cheese, but nothing coming together all too quickly as of yet. What are you looking at? What are you considering when you're looking at these hands, you guys?
Yeah. Well, look at Cheese's hand. He's kind of stuck. He's kind of close to Chitoy, maybe Swanko if he
Here's
gets.
why. No, I see Suanka. I know what you mean.
I do. I know. Oh, so no, I think he's definitely leaving it open.
Interesting one from Neppers cutting the 3-pin instead of Bulma.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's going for there. Like, I kind of want to say it's a misclick, but 3-pin is pretty far away from any other
Would be
tile.
meaning to cut the 8-mon, perhaps? Oh, Cheetoy.
Possibly.
Okay.
Cheetoy here. Yeah, Cheetoy here for Cheese. Very quick.
Very powerful weight as well with one Haku out makes it very, very easy to cut if you're liking your hand. Whoa!
That's bold.
Whoa!
Yeah, so...
That's a powerful Dora card.
Yeah, Nakasuji on the 4-pin here. I'm not exactly sure I agree with that, but, it worked out. Ishan 10 now for Neppers. Chitoy Tanyao he's looking at here. What's your professional opinion on that 4-pin cut, Totoro?
I'm still looking for his hand because I'm trying to work out which other tile is safer. The 4-pin's okay there, but
I feel like you just cut the.
But-
I guess Pei Shampai, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
that's just.
the problem is he doesn't really have too many safe tiles anyway. Yeah, like by butchering every hand like that when you don't have too many safe tiles, like I don't. Yeah, like now he draws the Arc of 5 and he can't really use it that well.
Yeah.
There were probably some other discards there he could have tried.
Hmm.
Or like, sure, like he'd have to play a live tile there. But,
Here's the
Oh,
Haku.
death.
Now this is very likely to come out. Reach
No,
Haku for
that-
Cheese. With the emote. With the emote.
I've worked out my replay is slightly ahead of you guys. I'll try not to say anything at that point.
That's
Oh,
alright.
okay. Yep, that's okay.
But one thing I do appreciate at Marginal, you can really up your like shit talking game by just spamming emojis. Like maybe I'm giving away my team secrets here, but I do believe in some psychological warfare. If you see me spamming this tomorrow, you'll know exactly why.
Well, Totoro giving the other players some tips on how to psychologically destroy your opponents. Mahjong begins with the brain.
You heard it here
like,
first.
I'm kind of jealous of the guys who have those cool reachy animations. That's what I mean. So I know people like to spend money on the characters, but I prefer spending money on the decorations if I had to.
Fair enough. Alright, so we got a pretty nice looking board. We see that Neppers has dropped the Dora early, and that has prompted Poseidon to drop the Dora. Let's see. What do we have when we look around? We got a nice shape from Cheese, maybe a reach pin for Ipeco Dora, maybe reach Ipeco Dora, something along that degree. 2 Shanten from Poseidon for what looks like it could be a reach Nami, but if you draw well, then it could be a reach Pinfu, maybe even Tanya thrown in there. If you get the 6-pin.
Pretty interesting shape for Genji here.
Looks like maybe an Itsu kind of shape, if you can get the 7-mon, 5-mon.
Yeah, Itsu-ish, Ipeco-ish. The weird problem is he's going to end up on like a not so good weight for not so good points?
I reckon Itsu is enough. I reckon Itsu's like plenty good enough.
It is a little
For-
bit far off here. Like it's sure it's only 2 tiles, but it's 2 specific tiles, and with 3 of them already out, it's looking less and less likely here. Obviously to him, he only sees 2 of them, but you know.
We see Ishanten for Neppers here for reach, maybe Akka, maybe reach Tanya Akka, something along that line. Oh, a 3-star draw from Poseidon, putting them into Tempai. Do they take the Kanchan 8-pin, or do they choose to maybe go for something with higher dreams, cutting the 9-pin? They do, so cut the 9-pin. What do you reckon about that, Potter? Like, do you reckon you take the early Kanchan, or not early, but like a Kanchan Tempai, or you reckon greed for higher value, especially with your being the dealer?
I do think it's fine here to greed in this situation. Like I think Dora being the trim helps, like makes a big difference here. It probably does slow down your opponents a bit more. Just because like their hands probably have trouble getting to value as well.
Ricci, after he takes the 7-9 shape vote
Yeah,
in the
I
bamboos.
probably would have just thrown that straight back out and breed it a little bit.
Yeah, if you skip the first set, you probably skip the second set, don't you?
Like it's never like that wrong to go for Ricci here. Especially if you can convince your opponents to fold pretty quickly, which will be good for you. Because like winning 3K at the end, might end up being more than you winning 2K.
Fair point.
Although you get your stick back.
So we see sort of a Mawashi play with Neppers didn't take the Kanchan 7-pin cutting the live tile, but instead decided to chi on the 4-pin and cut the 8-man pair, which was given as a safe tile by the opposite player.
Because I was gonna say that usually the downside of like the board state as it is like it's really obvious that your hand doesn't have much value, so like people will try and like push a little bit here. Especially if your discards look like what he has there, right? Like, it doesn't look obvious that he's got something really strong.
The last 8,
Yeah.
so
An
getting rid of all
encore
of
of the 8
Poseidon's
so here.
weights,
Poseidon's dead in the water unless there's a critical error from someone here.
Yeah, but he doesn't really mind here. If he can just take the Renchan and get everyone to fold, that would be pretty good for him too. He ends up making just as much.
Yeah, net 2,000 and gets another turn as dealer. It's not too bad.
Yep. But sorry, I think I'm slightly ahead on the replay, but I seen
Tempai chance, Pon. Yeah.
I see the Tempai chance. Yeah.
Looks like standard play here. No draws left for him, so easy Tempai here.
Alright. So we have 2 people Tempai, Neps and Poseidon, each getting 1,500. Stick goes back in the middle, and we go to East 2-1. Ooh, what a pretty hand.
Chewy Cheese Balls says in the chat, not watching the game where there is a saint. Sad. Don't you worry, we will get to everyone eventually. So stick around. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be the week after, but everyone will get their chance in the spotlight.
Yes, we are trying to make it as equal as possible.
You have the SBT guarantee on that. Now, East...
we're not necessarily... I was going to say, we're not necessarily prioritizing by rank, but we should be prioritizing by waifu? I don't know.
By waifu?
we should really poll the players and ask.
Yeah. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
So if you want to end up on the stream, shout out to the ARMA League people, you got to get the more expensive waifus.
That's how I see it.
If you haven't spent the dosh. Anyway, moving on. East to 1 Honda. Lots of Dora here for Nep with, pretty decent shapes. Headless at the moment, however. Now, Poseidon also with pretty good shapes here decides to break his 4-5 bamboo set. Is likely, it does have a golden Ishanten here, so he will have Reach Pinfu Dora confirmed just as long as he can actually, finish the hand here. Genji, has that Chun pair, but not all too much going for him value wise. Does have some very decent shapes, however. And finally, Cheese, kind of in the same situation as Genji here. Has good shapes. Does manage to reach here, but it's a pretty value light reaching unless he finds finds a couple Oradora.
He's gonna get chased here for sure.
Oh, Nepa's digging in on the 9-man, just a very like a Manzu light discard board, but seeing enough value in his hand to just be like, no,
yeah, kind of.
He probably he'll have Mug on here, so he should push.
Yeah.
No, Mug's actually pushed. Although he needs a good draw to get the right pair. That's a good title draw.
Do you have a Tunky reach here?
Well, depends. Actually, it doesn't need to. Well, depends which one. It depends which Tully draws. Because if he draws like one then you might have to. But there's a good chance he just has like Mungun, Dama. So don't, because then you could probably upgrade your weight. Like you could be Dama for Mungun, and then look to upgrade your weight before you commit.
All right.
Luckily for Neps, he doesn't seem to ever, with this shape, be stuck with a worse than 2-sided weight.
It's just whether or not he ends up in the two-sided shape he wants. Fortunately for him, he's probably never going to discard the 3-man here, so he's unlikely to deal in this scenario. Now, Poseidon, Ishanten rather, for a very long time now, hasn't managed to get there. Tenpai!
No,
Tanyao Pinfu Dora free.
Alright, if I'm him, I think he wants to consider facing here.
I would slam the button so hard in this position.
I would slam the button faster.
Tenpai for Poseidon, Ricci.
5-8 pin versus 3-man, for which there are... Okay, so 1 3-man left.
Here are the emotes.
Oh, you have to. You have to go in, Neps. No!
Oh, Sandan! Sandan!
3-man! Deals the last 3-man, dealing into Cheese's Reach Dora for 2,600 plus the 2,300 in bonuses.
Heartbreak for Poseidon. He lost not only 2,600 there, but another 2,300 for his 2 Reach Sticks and the Honda. Heartbreaker for Neps as well, losing what was that, Tanyao Pinfu Dora free?
Yeah, but if I would have chased like blind there, like
the Hanuman value speaks to Totoro.
yeah,
Plus a Baimon potential at Sumo if you get there.
it parts or something like that.
Yeah.
Sumo Ura also gets in there.
So looking around the board, what do we have? We have...
I'm a little disappointed with this game so far. There's no cons. Fireworks here. Like,
There is a...
What kind of cons are you looking for? You looking for like diamond cons, or do you want just like uncons, or like you just want any con?
any con.
Poseidon is on Team Kun for fun, so we should be seeing some eventually.
Exactly. Poseidon Team Con for fun. I want to see some con for fun.
Couple Dora here for Cheese. Good shapes. I'd be happy with that hand. Well, I'd want to finish the hand, but if I open it up, I'd be happy to see it. Good shape.
Interesting to see if he gets offered with something like a 9-man or a 3-man. Will he take it and try to push in like an Itsu Dora Dora? Oh, so Itsu Dora. Yeah, Itsu Dora Dora.
It's interesting you bring that up because he's also got the Itsu potential in the bamboos as well.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. That Itsu is not happening after completing that 789 so block.
I mean, he could just get the Itsu in the Sozu, but as unlikely as it is. But the potential is there.
We see a very nice Dora pickup from Genji. Alexa cut the one, so probably a three. Oh my god.
Okay, now
Someone
that's
stop cheese. This is disgusting.
now that's a touch interesting there.
This has to be illegal. Ban him. Someone ban him.
I don't
Um,
I don't have that potential.
we see a 5-man drop from Genji, electing not to perhaps cut a 3-so and leave it open, but and draws another Dora and keeps this one instead.
Yeah, that didn't look too good there.
I feel like if you were going to cut the 3-so, you cut it before for this exact reason.
Yeah.
But yep. We see that Cheese still elects to go headless rather than creating a head at the 7-so, and maybe hardconnecting toward like a Pinfu Itsu kind of shape. So essentially the choice Cheese makes only really backfires on a 3-man draw. Every other draw that gets him to Tenpai is good.
Yeah, obviously going headless here gives you the widest Ishan, so it is correct.
Mm, 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 mm.
He has enough time in his hand already.
Genji is just drawing so much useful Dora Uke, and it's just not. It hurts to see.
I'm very surprised he didn't decide to cut maybe like 606 or even like one pin when he draws the even like a second 5-man there. It's very interesting.
So we see Genji was in Tenpai for 1 pin 4-pin 6-so for Ipeiko Dorodora, now draws a 7-so and elects to Riichi on the 7-so, dumping the Pinfu.
I don't agree with this play.
To capitalize on the Suji trap. So he has the 9-so cut early, 3-so cut early, and believes
what's
that.
The reach here? Oh, sorry.
Not necessarily the Riichi, just the timing of it, really. I feel like if you're going to like reach, you might as well do it immediately. Like I don't really see the arguments can be made for like delaying Riichi to improve your weights, which he does, but he elected not to take the
And Nepes does deal in on the 1 pin to reach Ipeiko Dorodora for the Mangan.
No aura, fortunate.
No aura, so Oya Mangan. Also with the previous hand, I was more confused on why it wasn't a Pinfu. That was it. It wasn't a question of reaching. I probably would have reached it as well. It was just drawing the 7-so and not taking the round win.
Yeah, but I had just played out really weird because like all those Dora drops were unnecessary. There was definitely ways to use it.
So we're into a new round, East 3-1. East is the new Dora. If we look around, we see only one East live so far, so 3 Easts are in the wall. But we'll have to see if when Nepes decides to drop said East, will they be able to pick up more beforehand, or will they drop it early to maybe Sakigiri their hand? Very nice Aka 5-man draw from Cheese, filling out a Ryokan 4-6-8-man shape. Very nice. Like a Pinfu, Tanya, maybe Sanshoku chance.
Actually, very nice shapes in his hand all around. Cheese, that is. Neps drawing the 7-pin here, decides to cut the East. Good timing on that, honestly. He's got possibly reach Pinfu Tanyao here. If everything goes his way, obviously. But, trading out a copy, maybe 2 copies of Adora for Tanyao isn't all too bad here. And, he does need the points, so taking whatever he can get.
Ishan 10 for Cheese. Did not draw the nice end of this Sanshoku, so we'll have to see if he can redraw into a 6-so. Lex to cut, so cuts the 2-pin, keeping the widest possible Ishan 10 on a 5-so, 4-so, 3-pin, 4-pin, 7-pin. I hope I'm collecting all of that properly.
I think 6-so gets him there as well.
Okay, my bad. Yep, 6-so.
Unlikely to keep the East here for cheese. Ooh, never mind. I don't know anything.
Elects to cut the Forso, maybe seeing one maybe as a safe tile, thinking that whatever Uke he does lose from the 5 3 pin, he would rather have a safe tile to push into any Riichi. I don't imagine he sees any particular value reason to keep this ton, so yeah, he'll cut it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Poseidon is in Tenpai for a 6/9 man for Reach Pinfu. Is that it? Reach Pinfu?
Yeah,
Yes.
that looks like it's it. A little bit value light here, but you know, he'll take what he can get.
The proletariat hand, as I like to call it. It's a working man's hand. Cheese does draw the 6 man, so if he gets to Tenpai, he will deal in fairly quickly, but not the worst of hands to deal into. And he does
here
get
it
into
is.
Tenpai. Yeah, 6 man is definitely coming out. Deals into Poseidon for Reach Pinfu, 2,000 points.
Plus the emote.
Yeah, sorry. Plus the emote, exactly
Plus
as you say.
the
You gotta put the salt in by just emoting.
Eastford Cheese Dealership currently in second place, but not by far. Is probably going to be looking to make a move here. What are we looking at? We're looking at not much, honestly.
Everyone has so we have Cheese with 2 nards in his hand, which are a little bit heavy. It's okay for a pinfu, so if you can improve along the 2 pin side of things, it should be okay. Maybe he'll elect to drop the 2 nans and secure the 2 pins as a shape. Nepes has decided to pawn the Green Dragon, or the Hatsu, going for a Hatsu Dora 1, maybe Dora 2, if you can pick up a Aka 5 so, Aka 5 pin, or a Red 5 man. Headless for right now, so we'll have to see if they decide to go to Tanki 5 man. Poseidon on the right with 1 Aka 5 so. Is that Chitoi Ishanten?
It does look like it. He does seem to be going for it here.
Yeah, I think he's keeping his options open. It'll be interesting if they draw a 3 or 6 so, or maybe like a 2-5. And they do get into Tenpai. Will they reach you? Will they wait for a better weight? Will they wait for a Dora?
Dora for Neps here, though. So we're looking at Reach, Chitoi, Aka for Poseidon here, and Ishanten, Huts, Dora for Neps. Pushes the East through. Very wide Ishanten now. Can pawn both the Dora and 5 pin for Tenpai here. It's a little bit dangerous.
Sorry, Totoro?
As I said, Poseidon's weight is dead. If you look.
It is quite dead.
The A-pin is truly gone.
And unlikely to come out, unfortunately for him.
Dora-san! Dora-san!
Dora Anko.
5-8 bamboo.
So Poseidon can only deal in here if he draws the 5-8 so.
How many weights are we actually looking? Oh, Kun! Kun! Kun!
I've been waiting this moment all day.
You wanted it. Here you go.
He has to win now. Like, we can't...
Well, I mean, he can't deal into Poseidon.
Hatsu Dorogo. 5-8 bamboo weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weights already out. Discards a 6 pin here. Unfortunately, didn't quite shape his hand in the way to win off here, but like there's no way he would have known.
So we have 3 5-8 so's left, and essentially 2 draws a turn for Nepes. So we'll have to see how that goes along. Poseidon is just desperately hoping not to draw the 5-8 so. Will be interesting to see. I don't imagine the 5-8 pin would ever come out. Ishanten for Genji. Genji can still push in their hand, technically, if they
Secunda!
Comes out.
Get the coffin dancers!
Get the emotes out. We have Hatsu, Dora 4, Aka 1 for the Hanuman direct hit off of Poseidon. Well, Totoro, you wanted Khan. There's your Khan.
Yep, I like it.
Oh my. Alright. Let's recover. South 1 now. We have Genji in first, Cheese in second, and closely followed by Neppers here. Poseidon a little bit far away at 10,000 points here, but Dora 2 for him right now.
Early, elects to skip the Hatsu Dora pun.
Was that intentional?
Was that intentional?
That was a
Probably
that was a quick pass. So he's either misclicking or he's seeing something we don't.
misclicked. I
Yeah,
think it's misclicked.
that's an I'm
Chitoy is very far away here.
No,
mate.
you don't. Yeah, you can't go for Chitoy passing up Dorapon.
Maybe he didn't see the fact that it was Dora.
Even then, you'd probably. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. There's still one more floating around somewhere.
Arca 5 draw for him though. This is a very good draw.
Very aggressive hand, but the awkward part is, what if the last Hatsu is in the dead wall?
Well, then you reach and hope your weight is something else. 3-man draw, very quick hand coming together here. Does have some very awkward shapes to fill though. Most of them are pond shapes. Pair of the Haku and pair of the Chun here for Cheese.
Chun, Cheese's favorite tile, so it only brings good flow to him.
I mean, it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
But it only brings good flow, you know. Chi on the 3, so cutting the 1 pin, perhaps going for a Tan Yao shift with still 2 Shars, so at least 2 Shanten. 4 Neppers. Yeah.
How do you feel about this Tanyao push, Totoro? Do you feel like it's a little bit preemptive, taking the Friso Chi, or do you feel like, because the hand has a couple Kanchan weights, that you kind of have to take it here?
The problem is, like, yeah, he fixes one Kanchan weight, but still leaves himself with some pretty messy shapes remaining, so I'm not sure biggest fan of it. Yeah, because you're pushing really hard for 0 value. That's what's going to end up happening. Like he doesn't have any of the red 5s.
2-3 so here, 4 Neppers. 1 so early makes this a Furitan if it ends up being the final weight. 6 pin comes out from Poseidon.
I don't expect this to be a pawn.
The Neppers does choose to pass, maybe locking in the 6 pin or hoping to perhaps improve on the 6 pin side of the things. 6 pin side of the his shapes. 4 so is cut.
Neppers is thanking his lucky stars today. Manages to tempai on this shoddy hand, to say the least.
Tempai for Genji. Kanchan 8-man does choose to Riichi. So Kanchan 8-man wait for Reach Dorodora.
Yeah, Reach Dorodora. Plenty of stuff in there for him.
Cheese looks to just be out of the hand with a Haku cut.
Now, Poseidon is probably the interesting factor for this hand. Whether or not he decides to push here is going to be very interesting, I think.
Oh, we might get a famous Cheese Tsumonomi. Cheese in Tempai, Kanchan 3-ma for Ishan. Well, I don't know if you would say Ishan for it. 8-man does come out from Poseidon, dealing into Reach Dorochu for 5,200.
That's going to sting a little.
That is going to sting a little bit, giving a bigger lead to Genji and moving things on to South 2. So, moving into South 2, if we look around the board, we see an 8-so cut from Cheese. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terminals, so Koshi is not likely, maybe more of a Pinzu Honitsu or a Bakahon, for if you want to be a little bit more informal about it.
His hand's pretty bad.
Yeah, his hand is pretty bad.
I wish him luck. That Chun flow is not coming.
That Chun flow is not coming. You heard the premonition. She likes to cut the Dora before it gets dangerous, perhaps thinking moving away from a Bakahon shape and towards more of maybe a Chitoy shape or something to that degree. We have Poseidon with 3 Shantan, something like that. A few awkward shapes to fill in, but not the worst. We have a pair from Neppers. Unfortunately, the Pays are all dead, so this is very much a sort of a loose pair that has to be locked in unless he chooses to cut it. Genji pushing forward for a Tanyao, 1 Akadora. Maybe a Riichi, maybe a Pinfu, if you can get it off correctly. Seems to be drawing very much in the I don't really know how to describe it, like a sidewards kind of thing, where like your hand doesn't progress in Shantan, but the shapes get prettier.
A slide.
A slide?
Well, I like slide, honestly. It's what I've always called it. Anyway, 5-1 draw here for Naps. It's pretty, it's an alright draw. It progresses his hand, but worst case scenario, he might end up on a Shanpon here, which isn't all too bad. Actually, it is actually quite bad. The Pays are dead.
Yeah. So I would imagine maybe if a 8-pin is drawn, you could see 2 Pays coming out, going for more of a Pinfu kind of shape. We have 4 6-pins, so are we going to get another Khan? We do not get a Khan from Genji.
I'm very disappointed.
I'm also extremely disappointed.
I'm speechless.
In fact, I am speechless.
In fact, I am speechless. This will not be tweeted out as a favorite play. No 6-pin Khan, unfortunately.
We should make it one of the house rules. You must Khan.
You must. ARMA League rules with added Khan. We have a Hatsuanko from Cheese. In fact, Shosangan chance? Not likely, but it is a chance.
Pretty unlikely.
Just lots of stagnation across the board. Poseidon is still 2 Shantan away. Cheese is still quite a few Shantan away from making his hand, even though it's valuable. It may even end up being a K10 style kind of push, where the player that does succeed will be the ones that are willing to open their hands up for K10. We'll have to see though for now. 3-so drop from Genji. 8-pin. Is there a slide on the 5-pin or a pay to keep it going? So 5-pin, keeping the pay maybe as a safe tile in case there is a late Riichi. Yeah, just a lot of like very paused kinds of plays, not really any useful draws, and Tenpai. I stand corrected.
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
very nice Tenpai.
So we have Tenpai for Genji.
Daisangen!
Sorry,
Is he there?
No, it can't be Daisangen,
nah.
Unfortunately. It's only Shosangen.
Or
Chitoy. Shosangen, but instead chooses to go for the Chitoy, waiting for the last Nan. Is that the last Nan? Yes, so it's a Hellweight Chitoy.
We should also mention Nep is also in Tenpai here. Free 6 bamboo, however. Weights are quite dead in the walls. Yeah, quite dead would probably be the correct description here. Does get the deal in from Genji though.
So dealing into Pinfu Dora for 2,000 points and gets to snag that extra stick from Cheese, leaving our fight for second place to be quite close, and Poseidon kind of left in the dirt, unfortunately. He's going to have to pick up at least 1 big hand to play for not last, and at least 2 to play for first place.
Sal free now. Now's the time to make a move, or that's it.
Well, because we're playing a league, like he still has to try and accumulate points for his team regardless.
Of course.
Like,
We're not advocating for giving up if you can't make a big hand, but more of a we'll need to see. It is the last chance to sort of improve placement, so to speak.
At what point do you start not playing for placement, but start playing for just maybe loss reduction? You could call it. Like at what point do you stem the bleeding?
It really depends on what hand you draw. Like if your hand is it really depends on what tiles get given. Really.
So it's like if it has high potential, go for that high potential. But if it doesn't,
Yeah,
then
you shouldn't just fold your way because like if your hand has any potential, like you should still fight for whatever points you can get your hands on.
mm, mm. Right. So Poseidon now in Ishan 10 for Haku Aka. Maybe another Dora if they can draw a 5-mon. Uh, what else do we have around here? We have Ishan 10 for Genji. Maybe reach, could be a reach Nami. If 5 mana's drawn, it could be maybe reach Dora, but we'll have to see what happens. Um, she's going for Junchan Sanshoku, I think. It could be a Junchan Sanshoku, could be Pinfu.
Unlikely. Yeah.
I want it to be Junchan Sanshoku. Junchan Sanshoku is okay. Never mind on the 5-so draw.
It sounds nice, but he's struggling to get any useful tiles here.
Yeah,
There's no value.
yeah. 3-so draw for Poseidon puts him into Tenpai for a Kanchan. Oh, sorry, for a Tenchan 7-pin for Haku Aka. With the 3-6 pins, from Poseidon's perspective, the 7-pin looks like a very nice tile, in my opinion. And yeah, if we look around the board, it is quite a nice tile. Elects not to keep the Tenpai, but instead cuts the 3-so to
Like
force in a Honitsu. Yes,
adding up.
digging in on that value. Realizing that a cheap win is not really going to help. 4-pin cut from Neppers. Will it get cheat? Yes, it does. Wait, SBT, I'm not ahead of you, am I?
No, you're fine.
All right.
I'm really far ahead, so
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. I can't say too much.
So yeah, Chie on the 4-pin puts him in Ishanten for Hanetsu Aka Haku. Now, will Neppers be willing to cut Penzu? Still willing to cut Penzu, keeping this Ishanten for maybe reach Dora, maybe reach Pinfu Dora, depending on if they draw the Kanchan 6-mon or not. Yes. Yeah. All right. So it seems like as we enter the third row, what is the status of everyone's hands? Well, Cheese's Ishanten needs a 7-pin or a 3-6-mon to get into Tenpai, but is unwilling to cut Dora Soba. So choosing to keep the 4-man rather than chancing the Ishanten, not willing to deal in with his hand. And also not willing to have the 8-pin be 7-pin be the final win. We see another Tenpai for Neppers.
Tempai for both Nep and Poseidon here.
Oh, Tenpai for both Nep and Poseidon. 3-6 is that a 3-6-9 pin? 3-6-9 pin wait for Poseidon.
No Yaku.
Kanchan 6-man with no Yaku wait for
Khan.
Neppers. Another Khan adding the 8-pin Dora. Does that push his hand to a Hanuman?
That's actually a crucial Khan here.
No, I think it's still Mangan. Yeah, still Mangan, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. Does Neppers go for the reach Ipatsumo Haite?
Surely not.
No, it does not. And the 6-man is drawn, which he cannot win off of, unfortunately. You gotta cannot cash in that Dora hand, unwilling to throw the stick in. And with that, do we go to Ryukyoku? Yes, we do. So we go to exhaustive draw, waiting for with Poseidon and Neppers in Tenpai, both of them gaining 1,500 points as we move into South 4. So in terms of setting goals, we can see Mangan Sumo for Neppers will get them to first place. Poseidon has quite the uphill battle, maybe playing for loss prevention, or needs something very big and probably directly hit off of another player. She's for right now needs to win at least one more hand and ideally 2 more to sustain a leadership, but we'll see how Cheese reacts to maybe like a 4th place Ricci if it happens. So will Cheese decide for fourth place Ricci to push in if their hand is close to winning. What do you make of this situation, Totoro? Do you think what do you think? Do you think people should be playing a lot more greedier? So if you were in first place, maybe say Ishan 10 and fourth place Ricci's, are you worried at all about dealing in? Are you thinking, I want to try? Like what's going through your head if you're in that position?
Well, because the guy in first is non-dealer, and like the first place is bonus is quite big, so you might as in first place just want to lock it in, lock in your first place. If you're last, well, Poseidon's hand's pretty bad, so I feel like this is a loss prevention and looking at it. Yeah, like there's nothing you can do unless you go for Kokshu, but it's too late for that. But for the other two guys, yeah, they're just really trying to target whatever it takes to get to first. Obviously, it's Cheese. He's got a bit more time.
Mm-hmm. So we do see a Ricci from Neppers on a Kanchan 6-0 for Reach Aka. Does get the 6-0 and decides to take it on Poseidon. Does not hit any Ura, so unfortunately... Oh, sorry, not hit any Ura, but does not hit an additional Ura, 2 Ura to go to Mangan. So... Oh, I guess you would need a Hanuman. Would you need a Mangan or Hanuman?
Yeah, unfortunately for you kind of you want Suzumu Ura in that order.
Yeah,
which he's not gonna get. Yeah.
Yep. So
he didn't really have any way to improve his hand, so yeah. I don't think he must try to take the win here and try and get lucky.
Yeah. So we have our results for the first Hanchan. We have Genji in first place, Neppers in second, Cheese in third, and Poseidon in fourth place. Are we pulling up Genji for an interview?
I will pull Genji in. We're just organizing that right now.
Meanwhile, there's the other game going, right?
I should go get ready for the other game. I'll see you guys later. Don't trash talk me too much, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
I'll write notes on every single mistake you make.
Sounds good. Alright, yep, bye.
I'm just pulling up the other game. Are we up the second match that's still going?
Yeah, that's still going.
The one that has a Saint in it?
They're currently, for us, they're in South 3, but they should be finishing up pretty soon.
Jay, take my energy.
It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna pull Genji in. Yeah. Did you want to ask anything for the interview, or should I just meet you and do the interview? Yep, alright. Just give me a moment. I'm going to bring up a couple. I'm going to bring up the game itself. We are on mute right now, so don't worry. Oh, well. Rather, I wasn't on mute. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Now, just ignore the fact that I muted everyone's microphone except mine during that break, but we'll get through it. Yeah. Anyway, we've got Genji on for the winner from the last game, just for a quick interview. Now, I just wanted to ask, like, were you worried at any point during that game? Did you were you getting a little bit worried after Nep hit a Mungan run off of Poseidon, or did you think, nah, this is fine, I can catch up?
Yeah, I I've been in a lead in a very in early game, I think. And I was I'm just playing my hand slowly and see how everyone react to the ball. And pretty much that Mangang is like I think I should kind of see where I can pick up more points.
Okay. Now, the one point where you did pick up the points, and I would argue was the game-changing portion of the game, rather, was in East 3 during your dealership. Now, we've brought it up on the screen here for you. Could you just walk me through your thought process for the entire game?
Wait, where can I watch?
Just on the stream.
It's on the stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one where you end up throwing 2 Dora along the way.
Yeah.
Is it the one at on the screen at the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
So I guess the first crossroads you would have run into would have been probably here. Now you pick up the red Akadora here. Could you just walk me through your thought process of what were you thinking about when you draw? You draw the red 5. Probably don't need this. You draw a second 5. What are you thinking about at this point?
I don't think I'm in the same game as you guys, right? I couldn't see it.
The stream's a little bit behind, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now,
so it's turn 10 for me right now. Oh yeah. So basically, I think I redraw 1 Dora, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah. I redraw the Dora, so I was like, it must be safe. So I just follow up with the account, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now.
And then I like the shape of my hand at that moment. So yeah. I don't want to be too greedy.
All right.
Yep.
Now the second big crossroads for this hand was definitely when you drew the second rather when you drew 2-pin for your temper here. Were you ever considering Ricci at that exact moment, or did you think Ipeco 2 Dora, that's enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough. Like at the moment, like the differences between my position and the first one is not that much. Like it's still early in the game anyway, so I don't really want to reach that hand to get more point. Like it's just put everyone on guard, and I may not make there.
All right. Now I guess the final crucial crossroads here was when you drew the 7 bamboo. Now could you describe to me your thought process, one behind Ricci here and Ricci on the 1-pin, 4-pin, 6-pin in 6 bamboo instead of the 5-8 bamboo here?
I couldn't see the screen right now, so I don't know.
Yep. So your hand is 3 4 5 mun, 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 pin.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, I like the edge way more.
All right, fair point.
That's just my preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any
I don't
questions
play for
yourself?
efficiency. I play for my preference.
All right. Do you have any questions yourself, Totoro?
I do have one. Who's your favorite waifu on March Soul?
I don't have a favorite mode.
Oh,
sorry.
right.
What?
Sorry, guys.
That's alright.
Sorry.
Ask some more March Soul specific questions since we're on the platform this week.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Thank you very
Okay.
much for joining us,
All right. Thank
and
you,
we hope to
guys.
see you back sometime.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
And
Alright, and with that, we will take a short break before the next game begins. We should be back in 10 minutes. Stay tuned, and we will be back very shortly.
are we studying 5 or 10?
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the delay, but our player is currently absent from the lobby, so we are trying to round up a replacement for them as we speak. Now, due to the game starting late, we will also be taking just a slightly longer break. Shouldn't be any longer than 10 minutes, however, so please sit tight and we will be back as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Once again, we apologize for the technical delays. one of the players from the feature match has unfortunately not arrived on time to their game. We are working in the background to fire that game as soon as possible. However, due to the unfortunate circumstances, we will be changing our feature match for the second game tonight. Currently, in the East seat, I have Sigma from Team Kun for Fun, I believe it was. Lao Sabao from Chombo Nomi. Let's see, that is Mizuru from... racking my brain, I should know this. Mizuru from AUNSW Wanderers, and finally Miku39 from the Powerpuff Boys in the North Sea. We are currently in East 1 Honda, so we've only missed one hand. For your viewing pleasure, I will go through that very quickly here. It seems we had an early Tenpai from Lao Sabao for 2-pin 6-man. Double Haku shape and double Sha in Maizuru's hand, double East, and finally Tenpai for Sigma, however not converting before they entered Ryukoku. Once again, I am joined by Totoro. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Cool. I was gonna say maybe you should click on Maizuru's profile because I think he's on the two saints floating around.
He is one of the big lads on the EN server.
Yes. But I'm kind of biased towards Lao Sabao being my teammate.
Team favoritism is a thing.
Good team, like, you know, we can't chombo on my soul, so therefore we should be winning.
Ah, I see. Is that the strategy, your strategy to winning mahjong? As long as you can't chombo, you will guaranteed to win the game.
Yes, and I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I didn't realize that Lao Sabao was a waifu clicker as well. I'm impressed. Go team.
Waifu collector.
Maybe we should interview him after he wins the Hanchan about his waifu collection.
After he wins, rather confident.
Sorry.
Rather confident. We have Tenpai here for Sigma, 3-man 7 bamboo. Not exactly the best of shapes, and can't really draw into a pinfu shape unless he draws specifically 8 bamboo here. Otherwise, he would be Furuten. Actually, no. I eat my words. 4-man's actually a very good draw for him. Reach Pinfu. Unfortunately, deals into Miku39 here. This looks to be Reach Pinfu Dora for 3,900. We're zooming by at a lightning pace here. Did jump into the game just a touch late. However, we are back now. East 2 now. Pair of the West and pair of the Hatsu for Maizuru. Pair of the Whites for Lao Sabao. Decent shapes for Miku. And alright-ish shapes for Sigma here. Definitely the slowest hand of the lot. Has 2 of the Dora now, however. Who are you expecting to win this hand, would you say? Or rather, who would you favour winning this hand?
I don't know. It's pretty even for now. It's still pretty early in the hand. Like, Lao Sabao has some... Looks like he could be faster than everyone else, but his shapes aren't too good, so I can see everyone catching up pretty easily. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty even here. Like, I'd be worried about the guys with all the Dora, but I see Lao Sabao just ponged the Haku, so he's speeding up a bit. I'm trying to kill the hand. I think as quick as possible. And now he's Tenpai well. Cool. Tenpai on 3-pin. Yeah, so I think he's realised that his hand kind of lacks value, so he's just trying to push ahead as fast as possible. But it doesn't look like the other guys can punish him anytime soon. I'm a little disappointed there with last up. He should have played the Tuso. Leave himself a cutting opportunity. We're all about the cutting here. Did you realize that SBT or the shape? The 2-3-3-3-4.
Pardon, sorry. Oh, I'm trying to run through the background and get the other game started.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, I was a little sad because maybe last time I could have left himself the small opportunity getting a cut off. What else is happening? The other guys, all the hands are struggling quite a bit actually. So I do think last time I was got a pretty good opportunity. Probably got the best opportunity to win this hand. Although I think Mickey just caught up a little bit. But he deals into the free pin. And he's got the nice animation. I'm surprised. I didn't realize that Nosaba was a waifu collector. But apparently my volume's a bit weak.
Yep. No, give me a moment. I'll boost that up.
Thanks. So what's this? Repeat. So last sub wins the hand for 1500, and we're still in East 2. Dora is 5-1, which I don't think anyone's got one. No, like maybe last Sabal's probably got the best hand here. He's got some reasonable shapes, probably small chance of playing two, maybe. But what do we have here? Sigma draws the Aka 5 for the double Dora, and looks like Lao Sabao is trying to go for Honitsu here. Sorry, I just got to chat. It will fix. Hopefully, it'll get my volume up a little bit.
Oh, a little bit more, is it?
You'll have to check with the chat. I'm not sure what happened if that was a problem earlier. But looks like so Lao Sabao is Ishanten? I think he will be Ishanten with a 2-pin draw, but decides to go for it was Ishanten. Sorry, he was Tenpai. Ishanten for Chinitsu, but decides to go straight for the sharp hunky. This on Sumo will be Hanama, I think. Brief. Reach Effect or Honitsu. So minimum Mangan here has a chance to get to Hanuman, or maybe more if he hits for Uradora. He's pretty far ahead, but unfortunately, yeah. So Maizuru has a pair of the West and may not drop it. He may need it for his hand, which you'll see. There's a chance he might play it if he runs out of safe tiles. But he looks like he's just pushing ahead a bit. Maizuru, he can't really defend. And unfortunately, all the pins look kind of dangerous. But yeah, maybe there's a small chance. But Archibald self draws the last Shah. No Urudura, but hits Oya Hanuman for 6,000 all. 6,100? Yeah. 6,100 all for pretty good win. Go team. Sorry, maybe I'm slightly biased here. But he's doing pretty well. And I guess now we're still in East 2 Honba. Dora is Forso, which we see 1 in Miku's hand. I don't think anyone's got a particularly special hand here. Final Shah for Miku to speed up a little bit. And Nasabao draws a Dora, so his shapes are improving. He's still pretty far away, but at least that's a pretty good tile to draw into.
He's 2-2 Honda now for Lau. It's he is racking up those points. Your confidence was well placed actually.
Yeah, and I'm really keen to get him on stream to have a chat. So I'm rooting for him.
Now we
we
do see potential, maybe like a reach Dora shape in Lao's hand. What would you actually expect his hand to turn out here? Are you looking towards like reach Pinfu maybe, or are you just hoping to Tenpai here?
Well, he's got two pairs here, so it's gonna be hard to get get exactly reach Pinfu. We're more likely to reach like if you reach Dora. Maybe Tanyao now, maybe. He may break that 9-pin pair, but his hand's not terribly fast here. While the other guys are catching up a bit, but that's a pretty good draw. Aka 5 plays a 9-pin, lets him transition to Tanyao.
We are receiving a request from the chat here, or rather a question. Is Totoro allowed to commentate on his own game?
Of course I'm allowed to.
Now, not
everyone's...
whether on we might actually get maybe a special edition commentary maybe later down the line. Maybe not during this league, but during maybe another competition. How would you feel about commentating a live game?
Oh, we could do it potentially. We'll see how the settings are first. Like we shouldn't really. I don't think I should be commentating on a game live, which if it's a pretty important game. But we'll see how we go.
I see. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe one day we will get special live commentary from,
especially if
from
I'm playing
over the table. Oh boy!
I just want people to see me beat him up live. So
West Dora Tenpai here for Miku. Tenpai also for Sigma here. Reach looks to be Reach Dora only. 3-6 pin versus 2-5 bamboo here. Now Lao deals in. How do you feel about this?
It felt like he was about to deal in anyway. Like probably that the scuttle was going to come eventually. Maybe he came a turn earlier.
Yeah.
Because the West was very safe, but he was obviously eyeing to attack.
All right. So you forgive him for dealing in here?
It wasn't that bad. It was definitely safe against the reach. So yeah. I think like the damage was limited.
All right. Better than dealing into the Apat's reach here, I guess.
Yeah. That would be pretty bad. A little unlucky, but that's okay. Now we're in East 3. And Dora. I don't see the Dora anywhere. No one's got Dora. No one's got the... Sorry, no, sorry, Miku has it.
Yeah, so we see 2 Dora for Miku, a copy of the red 5-pin here for Lao. Otherwise, there's not a lot of Dora out on the field, so we're going to be very interested to see who manages to draw into them. Now, Maizuru, double Tom.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's alright. Now, for Sigma's hand, we do see a lot of Muns drawing here. Would you expect to move into maybe a Chinitsu line here, or would you play pretty standard?
Well, he's gonna... His shapes are pretty bad, and he lacks value without the Chinitsu, so he'll be naturally progressing towards it, but he decides not to go towards that path by playing.
Could be moving towards a Tanyaoi Peiko, but I'm not quite sure where exactly all his shapes will come from. But only time.
He can't even
tell.
lock in Tanyao right now because he's stuck with the 8-9, so which is kind of annoying. So I thought those tiles should have probably been discarded first. I guess it's gonna have to be like Richie Peiko probably. Depending on what he draws. But what's happening here? Last Up is catching up with his hand. Is Ishan 10 for Itsu? Well, at least there's Itsu, there's one Dora there, there's a few things going on there in his hand.
Worst case scenario, it will be maybe Reach Dora 1, worst case scenario, so he should be fine here. Does take the pawn on the 9 bamboo here for a 10 Pi 9 pin only. Gets it immediately from Maizuru. So nice find for him here. It takes you 2,000 to move the game along.
I'm a little disappointed though. I feel like the hand, especially with that shape, the Pinzu shape, had a little bit of potential. So maybe we could have held out for a little bit longer, but it's
Mm.
okay. Because
Yes.
ultimately, because it is a league setting, like you still want to take opportunities to try and accumulate points, and like when you have like decent hands like that one, that's probably the best time for to sometimes risk a bit. But in the meantime, Sigma's got double. No, he's got Dora 2, the East, and Hatsu. So his hand's looking pretty good. Um, I see the two other Easts lying around, and now he's Ishanten with pretty dangerous hand. No, sorry. What am I saying? Two Shanten. Only. Now he's Shanten. My bad. That looks to speed up, and last up, plays the East. Dora 3.
Dora here for Sigma. Tenpai as well. 5-8 months, so it's a pretty good weight, all things considered. However, Lao Sabao does have 4 of those potential weights with a third 8-month in Miku's hands, so might be just a touch difficult to grab here. Oh, my mistake. He's no, he was Tenpai. My eyes are playing tricks on me.
Well, the flip side, it pretty much locks like Lao Sabao out of his hand. Like he's gonna have to like, and probably everyone else in his hand too. Like everyone's playing pretty safe here. I'd expect. Try not to deal into the guaranteed Mangan.
So with Dora Pawn out on the board, what would you start considering personally? Are you looking to play more defensively if your hand just quite isn't there, or are you maybe in let's have a look around. Maybe in Maizuru's position, for example, you're not quite there, but you're not quite all too far away. What are you considering?
Well, the problem is your hand so bad. Like there's no guard in your hand, so like there's no like. So I think you should be playing crazy safe here.
Mm-hmm.
In position. Like even if you chase, like how are you gonna chase with a hand that's worthless? It doesn't even have good weight, for example.
Okay.
So you're just praying that you can survive this hand, pretty much.
Yeah. We finally see the sumo here on the red 5 as well. Doesn't really increase any value here. East Dora 4 isn't any different from East Dora 3. We do have Round and Mungan in this, if you were wondering. So nice Mungan sumo here for Sigma. Puts himself into second place. Only 2,000 ahead of Miku, however. Dora 3. This is big. Dora 3 during your dealership definitely could catch up to Lao Sabao here with this hand if he manages to get there.
He's gone greedy and played the 3 search away, so he's kind of eyeing some Honitsu, but I don't think that's one of the best discard here. Honitsu is still going to be a long road.
I'm not exactly sure about the Honitsu push here, especially if you're gonna ooh.
The problem is your shapes are really bad to even get to Honitsu. Like, you don't have enough tiles. There's a lot of tiles to break, so to give up some pretty useful tiles, the 360 is gonna slow you down.
Maybe if he opened with a pair of one of the honors, it would have been a consideration, but it's a little bit preemptive. Does manage to draw pairs of the 5-pin, 6-pin, and a copy of the 2-pin here, however. So it's coming together. However, if you were going for that that Honitsu, it would have been maybe a little bit wise to hold on to those honors for just a little bit longer.
Last time I was Ishanten.
Yeah.
Maizuru probably is Ishanten, yeah. Sorry, I can't actually see the last tile. On my phone. Okay, so he's Ishanten.
Miku seems to be 2 Shanten here. The most valuable hand definitely goes to Sigma right now. However, whether or not he's actually able to convert is a whole different question.
He's way too far behind to convert him, I think. It's gonna be pretty hard.
Dora here for Maizuru. I don't expect the card. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, you can't come there. Like, it's not gonna do anything.
The bamboo discards are definitely backfiring on Sigma now. Both the 6 bamboo and both the 7 bamboo and the 4 bamboo after the 3 and 6 have been discarded. Finally manages to draw into another pin now. However, he's just too far behind at this point.
We can do it really quickly here, though. Like, it's possible. But, I'm thinking the other guys get there first.
Yep, agreed. Now we see Maizuru, if my eye is... No, he still is in Ishan 10. Looking for the 2, 5, and 8 months. Hopefully the 8 month preferably. Can also draw the 5 bamboo 9 month. Lao Sabao is also stuck in his own strange feeling, rather, Ishan 10. What kind of draws are you expecting for would you be hoping rather for Lao Sabao here? Are you just hoping for Tenpai, or are you looking for something a little bit more?
Well, he's got no choice here. He's got no value. He's just hoping for Tenpai to win fast, I think.
Would you start worrying here from any of the players' perspectives? You see one of the 1 pins, however you see no other Dora. Are you worried, or are you just gonna go all in like Maizuru here with the reach Akka waiting on 5 bamboo 9 month?
With a half decent weight, it's fine. I think. Sorry, I'm just watching his hand. I think Sigma might have had to think about punting there. It's like they call for K10 at the end. Yeah, for the other guys, it really depends. Like, if you like your weight, you should first into reach is always still good. Because you can't really just sit. Like, the alternative is just to sit there and hard fold, which is it seems like a bit of a waste here. And he is in last position right now, so you can't really afford to just sit there and do nothing. So Dora 1's definitely enough to push. Up there first.
We end up in an exhaustive draw here. Only Maizuru and Tenpai. Unfortunate slow progressing hand for Sigma.
Yeah, but the problem was the hand was always slow to begin with. Without some really good draws, he was always going to struggle to even get the Tenpai. What happened in the end?
Alright. South 2 now, 1 Honda and 1 reach stick in the middle here. Lao Sabao dealership in the lead currently. Now, would you be looking to just move along your dealership peacefully, or because this is a league setting, are you just going to try to use as much of your dealership as possible?
Well, because he's got a pretty big lead over everyone else, I'd be pushing advantage, especially if you have a half decent hand. It's also important to make sure he accumulates points to make up for his teammates' shortcomings.
I see. We do see him progressing towards a Chunta, maybe even Jun-chan looking hand here, with an outside potential for Sun Shoku in the 7, 8, 9 shapes. Quite a little bit far away, however, as I did say just a moment ago, the potential is there. We see a copy of the Akka in Maizuru's hand with alright shapes. Not the best in the world, but, definitely a little bit better than, most people would see on a daily basis. We see a normal copy of the Dora and pretty good shapes in Miku 39's hand, and double Dora here for Sigma. Now, Sigma's hand is actually quite a awkward looking hand. Are you looking to just hard shove a Cheetoy here, or would you maybe, try to play this a little bit more normally?
Well, there's not too many draws that will let you play this normally, because you'll just have too many pairs. So Cheetoy probably the only option here for him. The 9 so is kind of dead though, so you might have to play it. You'll probably have to switch out some tiles.
Doesn't decide to switch out the 9 so here. Switches out the Haku instead. Laosabao does take a chi on the 1-mon in the previous turn. Takes him one step closer towards that Sanshoku Junchan. Now draws the 9-mon. This is a pretty relevant draw for him. Can pawn and take the pay Tunki for a Chunta. Can chi the 8-mon and take a 9-mon Tunki. And he can also draw the 8-mon himself for a decent weight. So his hand's getting a little interesting pretty quickly.
Maizuru's hands really catching up.
Yeah, quite shiny. However, Miku is also in Tenpai.
Miku's Tenpai draws 6-mon, which he decides to switch his weight, which makes no sense to me actually. Like, why would he switch his weight?
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
His weight's way worse now. Like he has to hit the 6-mon. Which doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Possibly maybe seeing that, Tuso is a little bit closer to Dora and not expecting anyone to drop it, maybe?
Yeah, but his other weight was just that much worse. Like, he was stuck. He couldn't win on a 9-mon. There's only 2 6-mon there. That's just not a very good weight, so doesn't make sense.
Switches out to the 6 bamboo here, however. Doesn't feel like any better of a weight, personally.
Looks like Maizuru should be Tenpai.
Tenpai for Maizuru. Looks to be Reach, Pinfu, Dora 2, possible Tanyao here, assuming he finds a 6-mon.
Should elicit Lazabao should probably try and fold this. No need to fight with Last with his lead.
Yeah, so we see some pretty interesting developments here. Miku has changed his weight to be 5-8-mon. Sigma manages to find another copy of the Dora. However, before I even got to finish talking about any of that, Maizuru finds a sumo for Reach Sumo Pinfu Dora, Red, and an Uradora for a very nicely timed Haneman. Grabs second place for himself and crucial points off of dealer here. With his own dealership, can possibly catch first here. South free now.
Laosabao's got some pretty good shapes in his hand.
Lao's got, yeah, as you mentioned, actually very nice shapes. The more I look at it, the more I like the hand. Sigma, on the other hand, stuck with a lot of pairs again. Has the pair of the 5-7 pin and a 1-3 3-5 bamboo shape. On the other side of the table, Maizuru, has a copy of the Dora, but other than that, it's actually... Oh, actually, never mind. It was awkward, but fills in that 7-8-9 shape. Does have a way towards Tenpai now.
Yeah, he caught it really quick. That was a key draw.
Very important draw.
He's looking pretty good. But Laosabao's Ishanten, so he's managed to speed ahead as well. Pretty good Ishanten too.
Miku, on the other hand, is kind of a mix, somewhere in the middle between maybe Sigma and Laosabao. Decent shapes, however, quite a few Shanten away.
He's got too many pairs in his hand, so his hand's like sort of gravitating towards D2 as well, which is not ideal, but see how he goes.
Would you ever consider maybe grabbing quick Tanyao, quick couple pawns for Tanyao in his situation?
Well,
or
the problem is, I think, like you said yourself, he needs a couple of pawns, which is generally too slow. So this hand, like, unless you have value going for well, unless you can somehow go for Toto or something, you're never gonna get value. So you don't really just want to pawn 3 times to get the Tenpai. And what's happened here?
Oh boy, that's big.
If parts. And this will be manga at least, right?
It's very big. Whilst we were discussing that hand, Laosabao manages to reach Ipat's Pinfu, Red 5, and an Ura for the, well, it was already a Mangun, but, the Ura does rub salt in the wound now. Sigma's stuck between a rock and a hard place now, 10,000 points in all last. No chance to catch first now, however, a Hanuman direct hit I think. Let's actually double check that. Hanuman direct hit on Miseru will get him second place.
Yeah. What do I know?
It'd be a 24k swing.
My gun direct is enough. It has to be 8,000 direct. 8,000 direct.
Would 8,000 direct be enough? 8,000 direct is a 16k swing.
Yeah, the difference is 15.9 right now.
Between Sigma and Miseru?
Oh no, sorry, I was looking the other way. I was looking Miseru and Lao.
Oh, Miku.
No, the other way. From first to second.
Oh, yes, Miseru. Yeah, very possible that he can grab first place here. I think...
Yeah, but he needs a hit, which is still pretty tough. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't... Oh, go on.
I was going to say, his hand... he's actually catching up. There's Sunshocker there. But whether he can get the direct hit is another question. Sprout has plenty of tiles in his hand, and should better fold himself away pretty easily.
Pretty good shapes. Can move towards maybe a Trunta Sunshocker in the 7-8-9 here. If he manages to draw pretty well. We also see free copies, free Dora tiles in Sigma's hand, so he's probably going to look to make a move for maybe at least third here, possibly even second if he manages to draw extremely well. Miku, on the other hand, all last dealership has kind of not really awkward anymore. Finds a Dora for himself. So, all things considered, he actually has a pretty good hand now.
That's a pretty big upgrade. Lhasa Bao has Dora. What's happened here? So Lhasa Bao plays it a bit safe, doesn't go for the widest Ishanten, playing the one pin.
Progression here for Sigma here decides to cut the 6-man, moving towards...
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to play the 6-man here. You definitely want to play a 3.
Definitely. Looks to be moving towards maybe maybe reach pin for Dora 3 here. However, I do agree with you. The 6-man feels a little bit preemptive here.
Yeah.
Now that's a good draw. That's a good draw for Miku.
Oh, this is a good draw for Sigma, because now you can just play another 6-man and lock things in. Although it would have been more efficient to play the 8-pin, but it's okay for now. But at least Sigma does have a hand to get out of last.
Richie here for Miku. Tenpai on reach Pinfu Dora 1. Possible another does have Dora Incorporation here. Sigma's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Does throw another 6-man, weirdly enough.
That's really what happened there? Tenpai?
Yeah, he would have been Tenpai there. 6-man isn't confirmed to be safe against dealer either, so I'm not all too sure.
Oh, he might have dealt in though.
No, he did. Yeah, he would have dealt in here.
Have to hard fold now. He's gonna hard fold. There's no point fighting.
If he folds here, he gets another chance.
As well. Don't really want to fight Dylan right now.
Good discipline here from Lao Sabal, knowing to fold. Sumo for Miku. Now this is only reach pin Fudora, no Ura, so it's not, not the massive hand he wanted, but it is still 7-8.
This will get him close to fighting for second.
Definitely fighting for second now, within shooting range of first, but not quite exactly there yet.
No one's got the Achadora this hand, but Maizuru has a pretty fast hand.
Maizuru's hand is definitely very fast. Has the Anko of the West End, some very nice looking runmans. Completes the 3-4-5 set here for himself in the bamboo. So he's Isham 10 now actually. On some very nice middle tiles as well. Are you expecting the game to end here? I think... I don't want to say it, but this might be it. Maizuru's hand just looks too fast.
Yeah, the problem is Miku's hand just isn't fast enough. He's gonna have issues, like speeding up, catch up. So one of these other guys should get the 10 point first.
Now Sigma here, not with a very nice hand of his own. He's just been stuck the entire game. 8-man, 8-man. Unfortunately, draws the 7-man here. You know, not the best outcome for him so far, but you know, if Miku manages to win another hand, he might find himself a hand to get himself out of this hole. On the other side of the table, however, Lao Sabao with, you know, lots of pairs. Would you be thinking about Cheetoy here, or are you kind of thinking more? I don't know. He's got Ipeko shape possible in the 4-5-6 or 3-4-5 shape. Finish.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Tanya's probably most likely actually. Look at her hands because you have too many pairs. That's the problem. Yeah, way too many pairs.
Too many pairs indeed.
So like maybe he can somehow. You want to break that 9 pin at some point. So you can force Tanya if you have to.
Sigma does manage to progress his hand with a couple nice draws here. However, you know, after the nice draws comes the low period. Once again, not quite managing to find anything. Miku as well has managed to progress his hand, finishing off a 4-5-6 mun shape, but you know, still not quite there yet. Whilst we were talking about everyone else's hand, Maizuru has managed to improve the shape of his hand. Is now waiting to find 9-6 pin, 1 pin, 8-man, 5-man, and the 6-man for Tenpai. So a very wide shape for him. Ipeko shape here for Sigma, however, you know, time's running out. Very unlikely to get there. Could possibly Tenpai soon, maybe. 7 bamboo draw would have been good to maybe push towards.
Yeah, but he had to keep the pair there.
Yeah, that 7 bamboo feels a little wrong. A Tenpai here for Maizuru though does decide to reach it on a Shunpon way 6-man 1 pin. Pon for Laosabao. Tenpai here 4 pin 5-man.
Little bit loose for Laosabao. I wasn't too happy with that. Little bit loose, I think. Like that 9 pin was very low. And it's right next to the door as well, which makes it even more dangerous.
9 pin is dealer rather Richie Genbutsu, however. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Genbutsu at the time.
That came out after.
Yeah, that wasn't Genbutsu at the time. Quite loose actually.
I might have to ask him on stream.
Does decide to fold after though.
Wise choice. He had the save tiles afterwards. So wise choice. And all he has to do is find a way to survive one more tile.
The curtain looks to be closing here. Dealer is not Tenpai. Six pin, not the deal in here. And exhaustive draw in the final hand of the game. Zannen indeed. Rather anticlimactic. We end the second game of tonight with Laosabao in first place at 4,200 points. Maizuru in second at 42,000 for Laosabao. Maizuru at 28,100. Miku at 23,400. And Sigma at 6,500. That was, as I mentioned, game 2. We will take a short break just quickly and pull Laosabao in for an interview. Stay tuned.
Howdy.
Hello, welcome,
Welcome,
Lausabao.
teammate.
Just a little bit of bias here. Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thank you very much.
No worries. All right, let's get right into it. So, would you crucial point during this game, that very nice Hanuman sumo in dealer for you.
Yeah.
I guess my main question is did you ever think about Dama here for the Chinitsu, or did you always think, nah, I'm going to reach you on the West Tunky way, it will come?
Yeah, a couple of times through this Hanchan, I was thinking whether I should go Dama, whether I should Richie. But I'm thinking because our team's quite far back on the leaderboard, I think Richie's are the way to go in almost every instance. And it certainly paid off in this one.
All right. Yeah. Fortunately for you, Maizuru actually did have two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, did manage to squeak out the win here. Now, before we forget, Totoro did have a very crucial question for you here.
Yep.
In the very last hand here, you decided to pawn the 7-mon and throw the 9-pin into the North Reachy. Could you explain your thought process behind this, or were you thinking maybe my team's really far behind, I need the points, or did you kind of think I have so much of a lead it doesn't matter?
Well, admittedly, it is very dangerous, but at least I mitigated one Han by destroying the Ipatsu. I think, yeah, if I feed into this, I figure it wouldn't be too. This is flawed, but I was thinking it probably wouldn't be too big of a feed. But looking back now, I think it looks very dangerous.
Yeah, you were actually with Mangan Direct.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there you go.
that could have hurt. Sorry, I was, as your teammate, I was sweating in the background, going, please don't. Please don't.
Well, to be honest, this Hanchan, I was focusing on two things. I wasn't putting my whole attention to this game, embarrassingly.
Oh.
You're not meant to tell that to the
Oh.
audience.
Whoops. Sorry.
Are you trying to get a chombo? Are you trying to get a chombo?
Oh.
Our team is Chombo Nomi, isn't it? So
I guess so.
Oh boy. Would you? Are there any crucial situations you found yourself in this game? Were there any hands where you just looked at and thought, I have to win this, or I have to find a way to compete in this hand, or did you think after that Hanuman Sumo that you were kind of just home free already?
It certainly did feel like that, but I've been having some games on Penhall recently where I've had massive leads only to lose it, like by South 4. So I think a couple of hands, I think South 3, certainly South 4, I was starting to feel a little bit like I wanted to proceed through the game and just end it. I think it was the Hanchan before this one. I was in Ishanten for like forever. I was really getting desperate to just try and draw something good.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my hand on that one, but I had pretty awesome runmans all the way through, but just didn't draw any of the tiles that I needed. Was it this one or the one before?
I think it may have been the one before, actually, because this one turned out pretty good for you.
Might have been the one before, yeah.
Now, whilst we are waiting for this animation, Totoro has been going around and asking a lot of people this question. Now, we do see that you are also a waifu collector. Do you have
on the screen chat?
Do you have a favorite Mahjong style waifu, or is this character just one you happen to draw into?
Well, before I got this character, I was trying to work on Nikaido. And I've got like the 5 bond with her. I'm just trying to get all the extra stuff. I wasn't very lucky with the gacha. I managed to get My Hero, is it?
Yes.
But, didn't like it very much, and then I got this one who no one seems to like. So I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty hipster. I'll go with this one.
All right, easy done. All right then, congratulations on your win, and thank you for joining us today. We'll hopefully see you back soon.
Yep.
No worries. All right, thank you very much.
See you later.
Go team.
And with that, we come to the conclusion of tonight's festivities. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I think it is. Eastern Standard Time for 3 more games. So please join us again for that. We will be having another special guest commentator tomorrow, and we will be announcing that on our Twitter earlier in the day. Just a reminder, if you have seen any interesting plays you would like to share today, whether it be the believe it was the East Dora 6 or the very nice Reach Putts, or rather the Reach Honitsu for Laosabao, be sure to share it with the hashtag ARMA League 2020. Once again, I am SBT, thankfully joined by Totoro. We will be seeing you next time.
Thanks for having me, and you feel free to watch me tomorrow on stream if I'm being featured. I am playing one of the games tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much again for joining us, Totoro.
Thank you.